Hello everyone, Shadefire here with another 2013 7-day FPS challenge game. This is the Oasis Expedition. This is a little different than some of the other stuff. Well, I mean all this stuff is fairly different, but the idea behind this is not so much a game as sort of a tech toy, I guess. Basically, the developers created an environment with animals in it and sort of a mini ecosystem. The animals eat specific plants and have sort of behavioral patterns. The idea that they would flesh it out, add more animals, make a more complex ecosystem that interacts in more complex ways, and allow you to photograph it. So this is less of a game and more of just a exploration sort of thing, similar to something like Endless Ocean or was it Africa on the PS3? And personally, I've always sort of loved just watching animal AI in games, like even stuff like Stalker, where they made kind of a big deal about, you know, their AI patterns for even their animals, not just the people. And I've always liked to kind of fiddle around with that stuff. You know, when I first got Gmod, I loved to dump different AI enemies from the game into a environment they're not normally scripted for, you know. Putting water creatures next to land guys and seeing if they freak out and start shooting the water or what. Putting striders all over the place. Just little things like that. I've always loved to see kind of how game AI interacts with the world. Now, we've yet to encounter any of the mysterious creatures of this land. This also kind of reminds me of Proteus, but much less, you know, ASCII looking. Balloon up there. What are you doing, Mr. Balloon? You can see we can also adjust things like the exposure and the shutter length, or rather, the aperture size. And then it saves your pictures as screenshots. But I would like to find some of these critters. Oh dear, we seem to have run out of music already. Oh, is that a critter? What do I see on the horizon? Appears to be some sort of wildebeest. I don't know how to reduce my shutter. Come back, Mr. Wildebeest. I still have to photograph you in your natural environment. Don't ask me what accent that's supposed to be. Oh look, a whole bunch of them. Here you can observe the natural sloth lobe and its environment. They're kind of like slug buffalo. This one's really just hauling ass. But yeah, I could imagine a game where your focus is to do stuff like take pictures of specific animals, or even just animals doing specific things in sort of a Pokemon Snap-esque way. The tree shadows are a little messed up, but again, made in 7 days. Apparently this game's biggest issue when they were making it during the game jam was just they were messing around with so many different things, you know, nav meshes and AI routines and different kinds of lighting and HDR and all that, which is the reason that there's only sort of like 2 critters. Hey look, there's the other ones over there. What do we got? Let's see if I can find the right focal length. Oh, there we go. Some sort of large bird. Let's see if we can get over there and get a picture of it. As you guys can probably tell just from going through the videos on my channel, I do have a bit of a fondness for, you know, nature games, animal games, even if they're games like Cabela's where you're murdering that nature and that nature is trying to murder you because it hates you, because you're human. It's a pretty powerful camera we've got here. Still, you can't get very good pictures from this far away. It'd be nice if we had some sort of bicycle or something. We move really slowly. Which I guess is why we need such a powerful camera. I don't suppose any of those kiwi birds are closer. Jeez, with the size of the map and the slowness with which we walk, I feel like we're playing Trespasser again. Except the bunny hopping does not make us go faster. Oh, I saw something over there, some sort of... Is that steam? Is there a geyser over there? No, that's just that guy getting chased. Be interesting to see one of them actually interact with these plants that they're supposedly going to be eating. Because apparently they do actually have, you know, routines for that. Oh, jeez. It's coming right at us. Creep right up on it. Right then, buddy. Let's get a good look at you, shall we? That's a good girl. Gotta watch out for the kick. I like how it sort of reacts to our presence by just trying to turn its head away, like, no, I don't want to look at you. Look at me, you beautiful bastard. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for the Oasis Expedition. Though there was actually mention of a sandy environment, which apparently is the best looking one. So actually, let's wander on a bit farther and see if we can see that. Well, I had to climb a mountain to actually find it, but here's the deserty sort of environment. Still plenty of plant life here, it seems. Even if they are just these stick trees. And one lonely slug-a-buffalo. Sluffalo, maybe? The shadows definitely need some work. They don't seem to like to stick with what they're attached to. I can't tell if it's getting darker or if the lighting is just different in the desert. Also, it kind of seems like the music is coming from the mountains, because when I climbed the mountain, the music was a lot louder. Aha! So we caught one of them eating. These strawberry bushes or whatever these are. Anyhow, I think that'll do it for the Oasis Expedition. This is certainly one of those Game Jam games that is way more ambitious than they had time to actually finish, but it's a start. And as I mentioned, I'd like to see something like this get fleshed out more, you know, have a lot more creatures, have a lot more complex sort of ecosystems, and maybe allow you to mess around with it a little. Or at least, you know, take pictures and sell them to buy camera equipment or something like that. maybe give you some apples and some pester balls to bug the local wildlife with. How did you get all the way up there? Anyhow, this has been another 2013 7-day FPS Game Jam game. I've been Shadefire, and I'll see you all around again.